Om Sri Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, Om Shri Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.
Sai Ram. Today, very exciting day. A lot of things happening. First is the lunar eclipse. And then there is an asteroid coming for us. And there is full moon. There is the rising of divine feminine. And there is also the great solar flash. Somehow our passageway to reach the great solar flash have been cleared. There's a road that seems to be open for us. It's like Moses coming to the river and the oceans parted. The river parted. It's the same really, because the map that's shown, we have no idea what the map was. And all of a sudden, the path from the earth towards the great solar flash, everything in between, we seems to know. How did we come to know? I have no idea how we came to know. Everything that is highlighted on the way, we seems to know. This is part of what you call download. You download the information and the information find you, or you found the information. Both same. God found you or you found God. We don't know which one. It's chicken and egg situation here. Who found who actually?
Chicken and egg. It's interesting.
Yeah. It's like you created yourself and you discovered yourself. How is that? So this is great moment. This is the meeting of the beloved. And it can happen tonight. Okay, of course, it can happen anytime, but with the extended backup from the planets and astrology and numerology and everything else is coming together. This is coming together. Okay, now, this coming together is great, amazing, but there are certain things you need to be watching out for, okay? There are certain things you need to watch out for, you need to be aware of so that you can make full use of this opportunity, this Ascension opportunity. Make full use of it, okay? So now we have Sister Vladka to share with us what she feels that is important for all of us. Sister Vladka?
Yes, I'm here, Sairam. I didn't actually prepare myself, but it's okay. I will jump like usually, and I will just ask, let it be guide. What will come, it will come. What I'm feeling, and on my part, on some part of when I was very excited about the Ascension and God realization and all of this, I was not aware actually all of the steps. That's why I said it is easy to achieve it, but to integrate it, there is a process. So to get enlightenment or to get self-realization, you will get awareness, but the work you will need to do. So you will have support of Swami, you will have support of masters, but the main work, how to integrate your ascension, you will need to do your part. And that's why I would like to share, don't take me wrong if I'm not catching properly, but I think that many people think that ascension is running away somewhere and getting on somewhere better and going away. It's actually not like this. And many of us, we are enjoying this traveling out of the planet, and we are not respecting enough this level of existence, which is very, very high spiritual and very respected from the masters or many, many levels. So I would like to share what is ascension from my point of view and from the school where I was trained of and I was learning about. So it means, ascension means to raise your vibration on the level or vibration of the light. So as everything have levels, that means also the light have different levels. So you are just going step by step. Every initiation you take another higher voltage. But once when you achieve this, it's very important for those who are staying on the planet with this physical body to integrate it properly. So before, many masters with who we are working now as our support and who are guiding us, they didn't took their physical body, okay? So now these days for all of us it's possible that we do ascension with our physical body, and we are continuing to serving on the planet and help others. So once when you achieve some goal, you just want to share it and help others to come on the same level. So this is ascension. So ascension means to raise your own vibration and integrate, to put your God, your higher self, in material world. It means how you will approach to the work, how you will deal with your family members, how you will deal with all living beings, which you are mixed. It's very challenging, but you as a master, if you are becoming master of self and God energy, you need to work according to that. So the masters like Swami and many others, they were showing us their way, how they treat us, how they treat animals, how they treat this planet. So they were showing us the way, but they were not running away from a situation, from planet, and then searching from some other levels, which is not so heavy. So what is happening now, especially with planet, that for all of us, not immediately, it will, we even watch one video, there were some generalizing that it will happen through 10 to 15 years, this transition. Mother Earth as a planet is also going up. So many things, it will, through our work and our different choice, it will make this planet full of light, easiness, and different realities. So this is the time where we are letting go, which we don't want anymore. We are bringing light to everything what exists, and we are creating. Once when you reach one level of light with yourself, and when you touch the God on one level, in that point of time, you are realizing that you are co-creator. This is the light workers don't get it properly. You need to integrate your personal power, and you need to, where I had written this very nicely, I just even have some sentence about, yeah, even today we were making early one meditation about that. It's called a triple cosmic flame. I don't know if somebody heard about this from you. So it's integration of three things. It's love, wisdom, and power. So once when you reach the God awareness, or you manifest yourself as a God, you need to have very strong personal power and will with yourself, which people are mixing with, I'm surrounding everything to God, I'm surrounding. And then once when you realize that you are God, then what? So personal power, it's very, very important to master for the integration of ascension. Love, we already know. I think that nobody needs to anymore speak about love. We are aware that everything should be based on love. And wisdom. So wisdom, there is a knowledge and there is a wisdom, and we need to learn the difference between knowledge and between wisdom. Wisdom you are getting by having experience. So wisdom you cannot, so I don't know, maybe there is a way that you get like a gift as a mercy, but wisdom is something which you, even if you realize, you need to apply and have experience, and then you can have it. So this is something which I wanted to share today. I would like also to hear you a little bit. Do you have some subject on this? I also share one video. It's called Stranger Secret. So this video is given to me. Maybe many of you know about it. It's nothing new, and it's public thing on Google, on the internet, on YouTube. It's a video given to me from my mentor for the business and how to create spiritual material world, how to integrate some other things. And he's very spiritual and very grounded. And in this video, you can hear and you can listen more time. I didn't hear everything from first. What kind of mindset we need to have when we have personal power. This is you're taking life in your hands, you're taking responsibility. Of course, you are offering to God your problems, your wishes and everything. But taking responsibility and life in your hands and do whatever you can, it's a part of to be God or master, or how you want to call it. So please, when you have time, try to listen it and try to understand it. It will not go from one listening. It didn't work also for me. So don't think that it's only for material things. You can very, very clearly see how he explaining what is the evidence and how things are working when you are serving with life purpose for others. Everything comes to you, and when you find really what is your message and why you are here, and what good you can contribute to this planet, everything comes to you. This is so clear. So this is the mindset of the successful spiritual people on planetary level. So this is from my point of view. I know maybe there were some other teachings and everything, but it's very clear, and it's good to listen many times for the daily practice. So please, if somebody wants to share something, or would like to ask something, or would like to comment something on this. Hello? Is anybody here? Or we here? Now I'm just checking, is somebody here?
Yeah, we are all here.
Okay. I know I know that I'm very fast in my speaking, and maybe you cannot catch me, but trust me, God likes speed also. You need to put some time. This is my energy. I can be also very gentle and receptive and everything. But some parts of my life, I'm very active, and
Only when we are aware, we can catch you, Latka. Otherwise, no.
Otherwise, no, huh? Okay. So what you would like that I make it clear, or you don't understand, or please help me.
Yes, regarding wisdom and knowledge.
Okay. So knowledge is something you have book, okay? And this is my point of view, how I'm explaining, because I was confused also. So you can read so many books and you can mentally understand lots of things, okay? I can mentally now explain it, and you will say, oh, yes, I understand. This is working like this is working like this. And yeah, you can visualize and everything. But if you don't have experience on your person, on your skin, you don't have proper wisdom. Like the wisdom is coming through having experience. That doesn't mean that you will need to experience everything. But if you are not experienced and not applying knowledge, you don't get wisdom as a third very important thing for integration, like love, wisdom, and the power, personal power, which is in the end actually the God power.
Yeah, okay. The books we read again becomes the baggage again.
Yes, and they will help you. I don't read a lot. I read only when I need, how to say, like when I have problem, then I'm going to book and I'm searching, or some book comes to me and then I do very, I go through it. And but that doesn't mean that this is for everybody. Some people likes to go and systematically go very deep, and I'm just sharing my experience. My experience will not make your experience, okay? My experience will motivate you that you create your own experience. That's why I'm here. I'm not here that you believe me everything and follow everything, but try it and then make your own experience about it. So this is my point, why I'm here. Because what I'm sharing with you, I did. So I was doing this. And I was, and I'm sharing from my point of view, how, from my eyes, what was happening to me, where I was confused, where I was falling down and hitting with my head many times. So that's why I'm sharing some steps. Everybody, and this is also female, like a nurturing mother energy wants. I would not like that you do the same mistakes like me. So I want to share some things, no? Like from my experience, I had it. That's why this is only because sometimes we can grow through lecture, like that we have proper, you will really feel, or we can grow to mercy go by flow, which is expecting from us more now to follow this female energy. Or like if you are so stubborn, you don't want and you don't want. I was many times like this. So life slap you. It gives you sickness. It gives you people who teach you something. And then you say, I was so stupid. I would like to find for many things, even I was pharmacist. So I was working in the pharmacy for 12 years. And I was fixing people when they are sick, okay? So I realized why they are becoming sick, why we should not work with people on the time. Then they start recognizing the symptoms and listening themselves, and let them prevent some sickness, okay? Let's prevent the sickness. Why we need to have healings when it's already very far away? So this is what I'm studying, and I want to apply, and I'm doing so many preventionally things that they are not happening. Thank God I was never very, very sick, but there was always some fears, and I met many very sick people, from cancer, from dying, from so many. Many times I faced myself with that of others. So I was thinking, why? If we can prevent some things if we hear and learn on the time. Especially as a healer, I was healer for the years, for myself, for the others, and I'm doing today some things that I don't get sick. It's very obviously, I want my temple young, beautiful, healthy, my physical body. And of course, I'm not perfect, but I'm trying to do things like this. So that's why I'm here. I'm just sharing my experience. On you is that you have your own, that you do some action. So we have two principles of working on ourselves. One is action, which is male energy. So you do meditation, you do chanting, you do yoga. So this is action and belongs to male energy. And one is only when you open yourself and receiving, and actually you are just flowing and you go, this is female. So it should be integrated together. The both, it should be action and receiving when you don't do anything and the things come to you. This is the female energy, no? You are just open, receptive, and it coming to you by itself. Let's say by itself, yeah.
Vlatka, can I add on something or just say what I have learned? Is that okay?
Yeah.
So yes, I like the way you put it about how to use what we have learned. There were two things that I wanted to say about knowledge and wisdom. Yes. At a certain stage, I think this is a phase. At a certain stage, there will be a time, and this is how I found, I started reading a lot of books. I started looking at spiritual videos, etc.
Everybody.
Yes. No, I'm talking about how, what I went through. There is nothing right or wrong. If somebody has already gone through that experience in a past life or something like that, they will probably immediately dive to another stage, say meditation, contemplation, etc. So after some time, you just want to contemplate, and you don't want to be reading all the time. And then that's the time when you start to receive. You start to analyze and assimilate the whole thing. And then you put it into practice. And you need to know, you will learn how to put things into practice, when to use what, when to offer advice, etc. So there comes wisdom at that time.
And then now anymore, I'm not searching for the books. Before I was seeker. Correct. Okay, I would take that book. Now I just ask question. Okay, what I should do? I need, for example, let's say practical. Now I'm on the land and I need to find a way to be example, to grow food on a natural way, to apply new principles, to be find some sustainable. Yes, and I don't know. And I finished permaculture, I finished biodynamic, I finished natural farming from the Indian knowledge. And I'm still missing something. And I said, God, what's wrong? Why I'm not succeeding how I would like? And now I'm getting material which I need to use. And the material which I need to read, it's coming to me. This is receptive female energy. And you just correct. You just ask, I need that, and this is coming to you, okay? And there is a way when we need to do action, okay? I need to search for it. This is the male energy, and the both needs to be integrated. In balance.
Correct. And that is what is needed in creativity too. And what we actually suggest people, because a lot of us just keep doing, searching. We are more people oriented towards action than trying to be receptive. So even scientifically, it's been proven that you just have to keep alternating, or you have to balance out. So it is called do, be. Be is just being. And that is why we are all called human beings. Just be. So that is when you get your wisdom, you get intuitions, you have a question, you have set it out into the universe. It may not come back right away, but at some point when you're just being, that is when the answers come to you. So this was a perspective that I wanted to share. simply because it took me a long time to realize this, and I realize I've wasted time on this journey too. So people that have started,
nothing is waste, my dear brother and sisters. Trust me, everything is with reason, and for every person is different journey.
Correct.
And everything is happening with reason. Now my puzzles are coming just on the place, and I was thinking that I'm lost, and I was thinking that I'm doing mistakes, and no, everything is happening with reason, and we are all the time guided, and we are all the time like I don't know how to explain. You are not alone, and you are not aware of it, especially when you step on your path once, when you decide, yes, God, I'm here. This is the actually ascension. There is a part when you just give your will to God. Okay, I said, yes, I'm here, and I'm here to something, to create some different creation and the new creation according to God. And I like this journey. I like to play. Then you are really getting an ascension. It's a not, it's becoming play according with God. I don't know how to, I'm missing words. To explain properly. So this is also ascension. There is a way you come on the stage where your will is God will, okay? And you realize that you are so creator. This is the other part of it. You are so that's why I'm saying you need to think what you are thinking now, because you are creating the new planet. Now it's such a everything open. We can choose to stay, and there is nothing wrong with these wars, and this is also reality which is respected, because this is the planet of the free will. And this is the planet, of course, many success goes to courage. This is the universe of courage, and the free planet of the free will. So it is the planet of the free will. So those who are killing and those who are fighting, and they also have rights. We cannot go against them. But our power is that we are creating what we want. And how you are raising, you creating the new planet, you creating the new relation, you are choosing the different possibilities. So then you are not judging. When you say, oh, I want to change these guys there in America. No, let's choose for them some other reality. Let's send them love so they can experience something differently. So this is totally different approach to the problem. But it's again, the fight. It's the warrior fight with a different race, different energy. So this I also want to share, that it's a time of creation. We are now creating. So that's why many people are helping us, and many masters are helping us, and they are saying this is not the ultimate truth. If you notice all these messages from our brothers who are following the white part, and they're saying very clearly, this is not the only truth. If you notice, I'm noticing this. They said, this is one of the choice which we are offering you. This is the one that you return, that you remember yourself. You don't need to remember yourself, but this is the one of the choice you can make now. We are supporting you now. Before it was not so much like many years ago, it was not so much support. There was no people get aware so fast. Yeah. So this I wanted to share today. Actually, it comes on only now. I didn't prepare myself. I didn't know that I will be speaking something. So it just came what I could do according what we were speaking, and I shared this video. So we should, at the same time, if we are reaching the God, at the same time we are like giving our will, and this is important. So on one point of the time, you realizing the will of the God or your monad, okay, and then you are following that. And even if this is a free will place, but you are not doing what you want, you are doing what needs to be done. I don't know how, if you're understanding. So the free people are not doing what they want, they do what it needs to be done according to the God's will also. And at the same time, they are creating what they want. So it's very, very hard to explain.
There is a thing called Thy will is to be done. So that is going to be done. So when we flow along with.
Yeah.
Yes. And we are not putting any of our desires in front.
But when you purify yourself, okay, when you come on when you come on the level of God, and when you start to play, you have wishes, but you are not attached. Your wishes are, how to say, they're purified. The same time you are choosing the game which you are playing for the God, because it's not only one possibility and one reality. There's so many things what you can create, and the same time you are fulfilling His wish. I don't know. It's so creation. It's not that you are stricting following something. How to say? There is already there is already done what you can choose, but you are just choosing of different possibilities of your own interests or your own skills or your own and experiencing different realities and things like this. This is what we were doing with Tomislav, if you notice. We were creating something because God is not limited. You want to be God, you want to realize you are not, God is not limited in that creation potential. You can create different realities.
Okay, the same thing was going like before, but in a different energy, with a different clarity. That's what it's right.
Can you please tell me a little bit? I didn't get it. When before?
We are getting up, we are doing our daily course, we are talking with the people whom we are talking, but that was before was different, and now it is at a different level. So we are being aware of what we are talking and how we are expressing.
I get you. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. More awareness, more consciousness. Yeah. That's it.
And all the time we are in that feeling of consciousness that and we choose our words, we choose our emotions to express towards the other person. We we are more coordinating, we are more working together. It was not like that before. There was so much of differences, but all those differences are vanishing slowly when we are speaking with others, and that's what I'm observing.
But difference will always be, okay? Difference, we are all different, and this is the beauty of it. So, before we wanted to create the same thing, like the sheep is following the same thing, and everybody should be the same. They should finish the school, and they should get married, and they should get work. Everything was some schablon of the success. And now, when you interact with more divine energy and possibilities, you have right to be what you are. You are searching what you really are. And all of this, what you are not, it's dropping down. This is that luggage which you need to let it go. What you are not. And this is the difference. Like, even I am applying this knowledge in my gardens, okay? So, before planting was huge crops, one crop only, on one crop you will put only one plant. No. Now, an important thing is to do multi-cropping, put lots of different plants together, combine them, that they support each other. So bigger, smaller. So it's a diversity. You want with animals, you want diversity with plants, This is the same how we should create. From nature we can learn. I'm learning from my forest. My forest is the step in permaculture, and the step when you start working in the garden is observation. It's one principle of permaculture, where everything what I'm learning about the farming, I can apply on life and to the people. It's also social permaculture, which is dealing only with the interaction with the people. So it's observation. So when I go to my forest, I don't see that the plants are eaten there. There is no some order how people, you know, when they make their gardens, they still do in my country, and I'm sharing. So they completely move all wheat from their land, and they completely move any grass. Even they are collecting the leaves, which is the organic material, very healthy, that drops down from the tree. They're collecting this and burning like a garbage, which is out of the natural principle. So when I go to my forest, I see such a diversity. So we need to have diversity with people, different colors of the skin, different languages, different qualities, different clothes. We are not the same shabloon, okay? We can express ourselves on different way, according to the divine energy and divine respect and unity and oneness and etc. Yeah.
Yeah, we are appreciating the difference.
Yes.
Yet we are feeling the sameness.
Yeah. Sameness on the level, you know, we are all the one, but we are different. This is like, you cannot say somebody have black hair, somebody have, you know, white hair, somebody's tall, somebody. It doesn't mean that one who is big, that he's better. Okay, this is better, good and wrong. The judgment should go away. The same thing in my garden. So I have lots of insects. I have leopards, I have deers. So I need to find a way how to put them in the system that we all live together and support each other. And who in the system is needs to make the balance? Who is that one who is assigned, who will, you know, if the frog comes on my insect or etc. So I have the diversity of the animals and the plants on my land, which I need to learn how we all live together with respect and the higher. So I'm leading that we all do evolution, that we go up, and I'm searching for plants who will teach me these things. So things like this. For me, the nature is a very, very big teacher, and this is what I love. Yeah.
Nature and birds, I love. Yeah. And they are really the big teachers. Yes.
So really, when you come, this is one of my wish, that many people are disconnected with the nature. Okay, they're not connected with the soil, with the land, with the trees. You know, this new way to speak with the plants. I was doing a lot with the trees. Like I have a huge respect to some very, very old big trees, and I just see they have knowledge, they have wisdom, you know, and they're supporting me a lot. Like I feel a lot of love from them.
I feel them like my friends.
Yeah. So this is something which they're not teaching us in school, you know. This is the new things which we will need to work on it. We will not find ourselves in the, you know, these blocks, these cement blocks. So even if we are living in the cement blocks, okay, no, it's not everybody. I sacrifice a lot to come here. And I decided I don't want to live without nature. I will create my life according like that I live with nature. But also there are possibilities for the people who decide to live in cities. There are many people who like the city life. So create a jungle there. Why everything needs to be in blocks and let's plant trees in cities. Let's grow everything in our terraces, roofs. You know, it can be much, much better. And that somehow we don't lost connection with the mother nature.
Yeah, regarding plants, I like always to be in the terrace. I don't know. I like that. And I used to sleep a whole 1 year in the open terrace. And there was a big tree. Every morning I wake up, it has something which is growing, and the color of the leaves changing. So it was very beautiful to watch that change, and every day it was a new thing, and that is very beautiful actually. And
I don't know how I don't know how I jump on plants. Sorry, guys. It just happened. I just want to show how the God is everywhere. No, it's not about temple only, and you need to. You can see God everywhere. You know, whatever you are, whatever is your life now, you can express divinity, and you can express but nature, because you know how what was happening now. We were polluting a lot. We were doing many things against the planet. So now it's time that I think that is today Environment Day. I think so. I'm out of the time. Yes, Environmental Day, something like this. Maybe that's why I'm speaking. So it's also the part of Ascension is to take care of the Mother Earth and everything what is living, all living beings on the planet. So once when you're becoming a master and you going to the God, to self-realization, you are also taking responsibility for the planet where you are living and for the all living beings. And we treat them, so for example, animals, we treat them as our younger brothers and sisters, not somebody under us, and no somebody, we treat them as a brother and sisters. They're just a little bit younger, they will learn from us. Mostly the people should learn from them how the things are in some situations, but they are evaluating through us. They're evaluating and they're going upper and upper thanks to the humans. So we should change completely as a master school who are taking God in self-realization. We need to be aware all of this. This maybe I want to say today.
Regarding nature, I would like to share one more thing, which I heard, obviously. So even natural calamities can teach us. Like when the natural calamities are coming, like tornado, a big wind, even the big trees gets uprooted and they will flow away. But a small grass, it will bend itself to one side and it will withstand that big tornado. And when that passes away, it again stands straight. So it's like even though we are having so much of knowledge, we have acquired and collected so much of knowledge, making us big. But when the problem comes, when we are not applying that, we will get uprooted.
Yeah, we need to apply. Okay, I would
applying like that grass, and when we are that flexible to that problem, then it goes away like a passing cloud. So
okay, I will stop now, because maybe Brother Saha also want to share something with us. The time just pass by very fast. Brother Saha, are you there?
Sairam, everyone. Yes, I've been listening to the dialogues. Yes, I have something to share with you all.
Yes.
And
okay.
Today will not be a Q&A. So if you have any comments or suggestions, just please hold it till the end, because I want to get this message across to you very clearly without getting distracted in any way. So always understand this is coming from a point of love and to help us all get moving on our path of ascension in the best possible way, because the greatest seva we can do right now in this planet is to transform ourselves. And that's our responsibility, and it's a greater service, because once you do that, you're able to hold the light for many others. And so in the past, it's been always trying to fix others to make our world beautiful. I mean, we're all guilty of that. We want to change everyone in our life the way we want, whether it's a child, whether it's a parent, whether it's a loved one, whether it's your boyfriend, girlfriend. We want to change people to the way that, you know, we are comfortable with them because we have a certain idea of perfection. But now it's time for us to forget all of that and to put all that energy into cleaning up our own selves. That's the only way to ascend. And once we do that, we could better hold the light for everyone else. So one topic I want to bring today is that, yes, I heard repeatedly about, even Sister Vaka says she doesn't no longer look for books. I have to agree with you. And there are plenty of books. They've been there, and there'll be more books. But right now, it's time to stop all that reading and to practice what you already know and what you've heard. It's about practice now. I used the example last time from our kitchens. We have all the cookbooks, all the modern kitchen gadgets. We have a full pantry full of spices from Timbuktu to Jamaica. We watch all the MasterChef programs, but we never cook. We order a pizza. So now we got all the tools. Don't need any more tools. You don't need to, follow a certain method anymore, or to go to this retreat. Well, if you really, really want to do it, do. But once you come back, you got to start practicing, because if you don't practice, we could be having these talks constantly, but it's all about practice, practice, practice. And every day when we wake up, we are given a choice to learn these lessons. It comes in many ways. It could be that, somebody cuts you off on the road to work, or maybe your coffee was not, to the best temperature that you like it. Maybe your toast got burned. There's always lessons for us to practice these teachings and to be in the middle ground. And during this time, we cannot ascend unless we are having harmony in our, thoughts, words, and deeds. We cannot get polarized. So if you do get, when we go back down the drain again, and we had to work hard to get back up. So in this context, it's going to be difficult, because a lot of people, I understand in my own journey, there's a fear that we love to ascend. It's our birthright. We know we need to go home, but there's a fear that interferes in that journey. And the biggest fear in all that, and we all have this. I've never met anyone who said, well, I don't have that, because to some degree, we all fear rejection from society. What my family would think, what my girlfriend would think, or my school buddies would think, what my workmates will think of me if I do this. So by doing this, we stop the pure consciousness, the truth, to come through us, because we are so worried about the opinion of another equally unhealed person. And we take it, oh my God, I don't want people to think of me this way or that way, because I'm not that. And we are trying so hard to prove to the world what we are not. And in that process, because we want to be loved and accepted, and nobody should criticize us, we are not expressing our full truth. And by doing so, we suffer so much. What happens? We start internalizing our true emotions, hiding them, pushing them down, and that goes into our subconscious mind. And what happens? It'll stay there brewing constantly until you come across some kind of a crisis or some situation or some event. Something will trigger you for it to just spill out of you. And you don't even know where it came from, because being there for so long, it's got cemented with so many of the same experience that you resisted, is now brewed into a cancer within you. It's spilling out everywhere. So now is the time. I said that, I think 2 days ago as well. Work in progress, but do not apologize for the inconvenience. You do not need to apologize to anyone when you are ascending in your spiritual path. All the great masters had this challenge, that there were always people trying to make them second guess of their path and why they're here. But you know, we all know right now. I mean, so many of us know right now. So we have so much more collective support now to not fit into the mold, mold of the 3D world. So you have to be fearless in this path to not be weighed down by what people think. Now, depending on where you are and how you were raised and your family culture, your society's culture, your country's culture, your economic culture, there are so many ways of restricting you in this, of what you should do and what you shouldn't do and how things should be done because great grandma did this or grandfather did this or the priest did this. All these things have to go. And it's going to be tough. It's not easy, but unless you do that fully, you cannot ascend because you're only going to limit that full flow of divine energy coming through you. You're going to restrict that, and that's not going to help anyone because you need to heal all the unhealed aspects of yourself in order to ascend. So why am I saying this now is every day, stop being the people pleasers. The only one you have to please now is your own higher self, because it has a mission. If you're too busy trying to please everyone in your life, now this doesn't mean you're a rude, very nasty person. You could always speak to them softly and nicely, but stand your ground. Okay, there'll be lots of opposition from unhealed people trying to make you second guess. Do not get caught in that. And the more you associate with those people, you're only going to strengthen your third dimensional, rational, linear mind, which will say, see, I told you, everybody thinks you're crazy. Maybe you are. And then what happens? You have a profound experience and you say, wow, it felt really good and it was nice, but I'm not sure whether it's my mind. How many of you have said this even during this session? Sometimes we have beautiful sessions. People go, yeah, it felt good. It was so nice. And I felt this, but I'm not sure if it's my mind. Well, my question to you is ask yourself, who is asking that question? Who in you is making you think, is that my mind? Well, we all know the culprit, right? It is the mind itself asking that question because it's not comfortable with your multidimensional awareness. It's not meant for that. So, it's great reverse psychology by your own mind. Could it be my mind? Yeah. So the mind is actually telling you, look, I'm unpredictable. I'm not stable, but I'm still going to make you second guess an experience. So the way out of this, because we are so conditioned to believe that mind knows everything, is that when you have these questions of what's going on, don't try to think about it. Okay, that's not going to get you anywhere. You could think, and then you'll search Google and try to find something that supports that thinking, and you'll find plenty of it. Forget all that thinking and just listen to your heart and say, how did it make me feel, that experience? How did I feel in that experience? And if you feel lighter, if you feel more expanded, more loving, more caring, softer, gentle, well, then you know you're ascending. Just go for the feeling. Because the mind will say, yeah, it felt great, but how do you know you were not imagining that? Maybe it's not real. Maybe it just comes and goes. So you got to stop that chatter and stop second guessing when you have the experiences. So where do we go with this? Forget what people say to you and ask you, how do you know that? Did you see it? Well, I experienced it. I mean, if you based on your experience on your five senses, you won't get anywhere. It's like you go to see your grandma who's 90 something years old with your brand new smartphone. And you're just 15 years old, and your grandma thinks, come, let me teach you how to make a phone call. And she takes you to her wall-mounted phone and you pick it up, and then she shows you how to dial, how to wait for the dial tone and wait till it rings. And you say, grandma, let me take a picture of you and save you on my phone as grandma. And you go, what do you mean take a picture? That's your phone? Where's the wire? Where do you dial from? So, two things. From grandma's world, you will never understand the smartphone. It's multitasking. So the old phone is very linear. So same way, the mind, the old ways is very linear. It cannot understand the multidimensional ways. Now, In order to get grandma to use a smartphone, first we have to get her out of the box that a phone does not have to be fixed onto a table or a wall, that she could use her phone around the house if she has a cordless phone. That would help her to go to the garden and still talk to her daughter. Now, once she understands that that's a good step, then you could probably start her with an old-fashioned candy bar phone that still has numbers she could see and press instead of dial. And once she graduates from that, you could probably get her a touch phone where and tell her that when you touch something, what's on the screen will change. So likewise, our minds are like that old-fashioned dialing phones now, and we are going into this period of multidimensional beingness. So it cannot understand what is happening. It's got a long way to go. So first thing is, if you're really smart and you manage to convince your grandma and you just go one day, you take a phone and say, grandma, okay, let's practice right away. Start making calls. Let's start, sending WhatsApp videos. Let's do it right away. You don't need to go through the cordless phone and the candy bar phone. No, we don't have time for it, grandma. We gotta ascend. So here's your phone. Sit with me, and this is what we're gonna do. And next time I call, you'll see my picture. You answer. When you hang up, it's a red button. When you call, it's a green button, and let's rock. So you got to go into that mode right now with your minds. If you try to validate what you are experiencing, forever you'll be doing that. Forever you'll be doing that. Now, this is not to take away from what Sister Sandhya was saying yesterday, because some of us need to hear that because their minds are so much into rational thinking. They need scientific proof to get to the other side. But I got to tell you something here. If we wait for science to validate what we already feel, it's a waste of time. Because feeling is central to our ascension. That's what we have forgotten over the years. All the indigenous cultures around the world, they had that harmony between heart and mind. And they knew intuitively what was right and what is happening. They knew it. And when Sister Vladka said we lost connection with nature, that's the connection we have lost the most. That intuitive power we have to know from within what's right. And we still know it. We just don't want to accept it. So at this point, we could read, we could watch videos, and we could be doing that like watching MasterChef, never cooking even a basic pasta at home. And you say, wow, so cool. We're going to try this weekend. Yeah, sure. So start doing it. Be fearless. You will make mistakes, but once you fall down, get back up, start running again. Do not be bothered about what people say. Do not try to find proof of what you're feeling, because whatever people write, in whatever the language, they cannot do justice to what you feel. It's an experience. All languages fall apart. Well, poetry is somewhat better than writing, but still, it's not coming to the full experience. So if you try to find proof as you go along, you're wasting your energy. We were taught in schools, conditioned, that seeing is believing. But right now, is believing is seeing. You got to go into the mode of believing is seeing. Seeing is believing doesn't work. It's the old paradigm. That's limited science. If our science, okay, what we so proudly, go and say, if it's so good, can any scientist forget the universe, forget the planets and all the other metaphysical things? Our science can still not even understand how we build the pyramids. It's still a best of theory. Everybody's got some theory. Well, maybe they did this, maybe they did that. So when we can't even explain 5,000 years of our own planet with our modern science that's only 500 years old, it has very little chance of giving us answers. But the good news is that I wouldn't say science is now proving. It's more like science is now learning to accept the eternal truth that does not need human validation to exist. So why I'm warning this with you is because there's a lot of material out there, videos, books. Do not get caught up in it. If a book is meant to come to you, it will come because your heart knows exactly which movie you need to watch and which book you need to read, because there's something in it for you, for your heart. So follow it that. Don't waste your time reading every single book and every single video, but use that time to practice, practice, practice. The more you practice, the lesser need you will have for the books and the videos. because you are having that experience directly and you're ascending so fast that you don't have time to read books anymore. It just downloads to you. It's like you don't even need to go online. It's just there in front of you. I'll share something with what Swami has said in the last 5 to 6 years. In one book that I read, which is a powerful book, he says something that's going to stun everyone. He says, for God's sake, do not try to invent anything. And you go, wow, what do you mean? He said, do not try to invent anything. He says, when we can go within, every single invention is already there. We just need to discover it. Why it's not available to us right now is because we are not ready in our consciousness. For example, free energy. Why can't we find free energy? Is because we are waiting to find it so we could sell at maybe 30% off the price of a fossil fuel. Free energy is given to mankind to be given. It's not given to mankind so that they could sell it at 50% off the fossil fuels and say, wow, we found this out. Now everybody buy this from us. I want to be the next Mark Zuckerberg. So that's why we are not finding it, because we are not collectively ready yet to that sharing and caring. We're still going with the old paradigm of finding something and branding it and selling it to people and to make money, and energy is free. In fact, the very thing that keep us enslaved or kept us is the belief that we had to pay for energy. Just look at our own lives. We wake up in the morning, get into a car and drive to work, depending on where you live and where you are, anywhere from 10 minutes to 2 hours. And then we do the same journey back. And if you get paid $4,000 a month, well, what part of that goes into pumping gas just to go to work? And then what part of that goes into paying your bills at home to keep you warm or cold? Now imagine a world where there's no need to buy energy for your car or for your building. Wouldn't a lot of people do a home business and they'll be happy? Wouldn't they do gardening? Wouldn't they be musicians and painters? Because nobody's going to shut off their electricity. Nobody can stop them from traveling because it's free. So this old paradigm kept us locked with energy. That's what the entire world, the wars, everything was to control the energy supply so human civilization can be controlled. So now we are going into the next level where free energy is coming so that everyone can live freely. We're no longer going to be kept hostage. Now, I know I've covered a lot of ground here. I didn't plan on this speech, but I wanted to share all this with you just to shake you up a bit and encourage you to start living all the messages we know. We can all sit here, we could draw examples, we could bring what we've heard. All that is true. But right now in this group, guys, we all have a personal responsibility to start practicing and get better and help others. So this is because lately I've seen a lot of books and stuff. It's great to get confirmation, but don't get caught up in this trap. We are all so blessed to be here and we all know the truth. So encourage yourself to practice it every given time. And that will be your fastest way to get to next higher subtle dimension. And it's always something expanding. It's not finite. So be prepared to let go of everything that you've been taught as true during this time. Because understand, until, like Sister Sandhya said yesterday, without quantum physics, there's no hope for science. Only now they're trying to encourage, and there's so many other studies that are still not even published in mainstream journals, though they're valid scientific studies. Why? Because the day that quantum physics becomes mainstream, all the degrees ever given from Harvard to Stanford to whatever is outdated, because it was an old paradigm that nothing was interconnected. Everything was separate, and we are just helpless beings. Consciousness was not there in that equation. So when that comes in, and that is the only thing, and results in everything else, well, then we have to think twice about all the degrees we hold. That's why one group of people don't want it to go ahead, because their egos are going to be hurt. The entire mankind's ego is going to be hurt. We think it's real, but it's not. So since we know all this, it's time just to go with believing is seeing. Whatever you see right now in your eyes, if you see somebody walking across you and going through a door, that is real. If you see a parallel dimension, I had a friend saying the other day that they saw these people dressed in old uniforms shooting at each other. I knew exactly what they were talking about because of what's happening right now. And they asked if that's real. I said, yeah, that's real. But I don't know. I was not sleeping. I said, you don't have to be sleeping to see a dream. You could access parallel dimensions while driving your car. I had a friend who drove from Hot Springs, Arkansas, all the way to Silver City, New Mexico. And Google said 4.5 hours. It's going to be raining, snow, all this delays. He got there in 3.5 hours, a little less than that, 3 hours and 20 minutes something. No rain, no sleet, nothing. But people had the same journey that same day who experienced all that. Same highway, 2 different weather conditions. And this is happening to all of us. So this is where we are heading. So when you do have such an experience, understand it's real. Do not try to find proof for it and whether somebody else had it before. Understand what you experience is real and thank yourself for allowing you to see that, experience that, and encourage that so it'll keep on happening more and more. So that becomes your ultimate reality. So with that, I will stop. I know I gave you a lot to digest, but if anybody has any questions, I'll take 5 minutes to answer those and hand over to Brother Julius.
Sairam, Brother Saha.
Sairam, bro.
I like to share one experience which I feel it's due to parallel universe.
Okay.
There was once I think about 5, maybe 7, 8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I went to this restaurant, which is a pure vegetarian restaurant,
mm-hmm.
and ordered for a burger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I'm a vegetarian. So when I went into the restaurant and I ordered the burger, the guy at the counter asked me, what patty do you want? So I told him, give me fish patty, the vegetarian fish.
Yes.
So he made that for me. And I went back and ate. It was crispy. It was so tasty. Okay. Then I think a couple of months later, I went back to the same restaurant and asked for the same fish patty vegetarian burger.
Yeah.
This time at the counter, the guy was different. These fast food shops, they change quite frequently. The person who was working there was different. And he told me, no, sir, we only have vegetables, just raw vegetables in. We don't have any patty. No, I came about 2 months ago and bought. And the guy at the counter here told me whether I want chicken or fish patty. I chose fish. He said, no, sir, we never had this at all with us. Never. We only serve with fresh vegetables inside. So I was confused. I went out of the shop, looked at the signboard and walked the whole block to see whether the same type of vegetarian shop, there's one more outlet there, but it was not there. I was very confused. So now, at that time, it was very confusing. Only some years later did I realize that, after coming to know about Dolores Cannon and all that, I came to realize that this could have been a parallel universe. I walked in.
Exactly, brother. We are seeing that more and more. I mean, you could be on the crazy traffic road and you will not encounter the traffic. And people, how did you get here so fast? I got stuck. I was there for 30 minutes and you're there in 20 minutes. And they took 45 minutes total journey time and you got there 25 minutes total journey time. And this is happening so much right now. It could happen, for example, you could be searching for an airline seat and right now it's very easy to find seats, but this probably won't apply. But there could have been times where there were no seats. Your travel agent says no, the airline says no, and then all of a sudden you find a seat in orbit or some kind of a thing. You find a seat that's valid and you click on the link and you buy it. But the entire search, even the airline site says there's no seats. And you've been looking for weeks, but all of a sudden a seat appears and you get it and you understand that you even paid less for it. And the same site you could have, checked, and it keeps on saying, sorry, nothing available. But then something last minute or before you get a great deal. You could have met people. See, here's another thing. You meet people, and then somebody else tells you that how they met you somewhere else. And you're thinking, well, consciously, I did not go there. And they'll even describe you what you're wearing. They say, we had coffee together. I've had one person said how I came to her house for a healing session. And in fact, I still have to reply to her. It's been more than a week now. I need to craft a reply because I wasn't conscious of that. She said, you walked into my house. Well, maybe it was my light body. Maybe Swami went in my light body, but I'm not trying to find research because I know it's possible. And that's our birthright. We are multi-dimensional beings. So aspects of us exist in many dimensions. And it's wonderful you shared that story, bro, 8 years ago, way before it's the in thing to happen.
Yes.
Bless you. Well, Brother Julius can take over if nobody has any questions.
All right, thank you for your sharing, both of you. Amazing. There's so much happening in all dimensions. Everyone is helping in their own way. Everyone is sharing their perspective of how to ascend. Ascension seems to be pounding on our doors now, or if we have many doors, I think all the doors have been pounded. So Ascension seems to be the call of the hour. And we have to, in a way, get with the program, right? We have to behave like Ascensionists. We have all the tools ready to upgrade ourselves, to transform, which is what Swami has come to do, to inspire transformation and for us to promote transformation, encourage transformation. Transform to what? Well, we have, as we mentioned yesterday, the GPS is on. The GPS is tuning to God consciousness. Okay. Well, as Brother Saha says, yeah, we have a lot of us have a perception of how things are and how should be and who we are. Even God, how they should be. Well, God consciousness is beyond what you think it should be, really, because God is beyond our mind. He's everywhere. And we just need to expand our consciousness. That's what we need to do, because we tend to limit ourselves to certain range. Maybe the house is me. Well, that's also good. Huh? At least you identify yourself to the house. And then maybe if you have been a resident association president, you will start saying this village is me. Well, if you become the president, a very good president, which everyone admires and praise, and you've done such a good job that all the citizens is in love with you, you say that country is me. If you really raise your energy, divine Shakti, like what's been called for tonight, the divine feminine energy, if all of us do that and take advantage of the eclipse, which some people say it's at least 100 times whatever you do tonight, whatever you proclaim on yourself, it's 100 times stronger. and it has 100 times energy. And I've seen some places it's 1,000 times. And I've seen a white lady post in Facebook saying it's 1,000,000 times. So you see, everyone from all walks of life is involved in this now. They have been called for. Many are realizing that's a larger energy moving now. And what do you say in this time? Energy is moving. Let me see, what should I do? Right, the energy. Jump in. Don't study anymore. Don't say, okay, now turn right. This is 32. Now I have to turn this way. Jump inside. Ascension. Ride it. We are very lucky that we have so many wonderful people who are sharing with us very clear vision of where we should go, our potentials. So beautiful, huh? You have all perspective, all the different rivers going to the ocean, and you are able to see it from the top. You're watching the rivers coming together. And you're enjoying the merging of everyone coming together. So in the same way now, we kind of guided to understand what's happening now. Because as we speak, energies are rising and it's going to increase more and more. And it's wonderful that we are not sleeping right now, isn't it? If we are sleeping right now, we might even sleep through the whole night. And tomorrow morning we wake up and we feel different, but we don't know what happened. Maybe someone would tell you something and you would suddenly get enlightened, which is also beautiful. You either go through it unconsciously or you go through it consciously. Both ways is fine. But I enjoy being consciousness and ride through it with consciousness. I'm a bit obsessed. Huh? Some people are thinking, you know, this guy can go on and on with consciousness. But that's...
Yeah, I'm feeling that joy in your face whenever you say that ascension, consciousness, and all that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, as there's a brother over here, his name is Kanil, and he has massive downloads. Yeah? When he gets downloads, he gets with the energy, it comes with the initiation. So one of the things that he shared with me just 2 days back, he said that the future of Zoom meetings won't be just talking. The future of Zoom meetings like this, satsang like this, it comes with energy. It comes with meditation. It comes with experience. And that's what happened to us when we go to Shambhala in a Zoom meeting. And your light body is all of a sudden in a different dimension and we are in a Zoom meeting, right? So the future of meetings will be different because we're going to start experiencing our multi-dimensional self. We are going to experience our multi-dimensional being. Now you're sitting here and we are also experiencing ourselves in Shambhala. We are, because our light body has been there. So we are energetically somewhat tuned to even the evolution of Shambhala. When Shambhala energetically rise, we are also influenced. Same as the presence of your guru, whoever your guru is right now. He might be in India or in America, in Australia. Their range of consciousness have you inside. You won't believe me? Call your guru and ask, am I with you now? Guru, please tell me, am I with you now? He definitely say he's with you and you're with him. Because energetically, you all are together. Guru and disciple never leave, never separate. Huh? They are always together. The Guru is always with you. And how is that? Are you sitting here or are you sitting in India? Or how about your parents? You are always in your parents' heart. Ask your parents, am I with you now? Yeah, I feel you in my heart. So now you are sitting in your house and you are in your parents' heart and you are in your Guru's place, and all of a sudden Julius brings me to the cosmos. So experience your multi-dimensional side. It is real. When you're sleeping, you've gone all over the world. Your body is in your room. But one thing is, which maybe we should pay more attention on, as Brother Saha says, is your transformation. Because when you transform in one level, you transform in many levels at the same time. It is synchronized. Your third dimensional transformation affects your fifth dimensional body. It affects your 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Maybe your third dimensional change has caused your 11th dimensional to become Buddha. In other words, your etheric body has become Buddha consciousness. It is all linked. So don't underestimate where you are. Every dimension it's crucial. What we do there, what we do and how we are and who we are there. Are we a selfish being there? Or are we a selfless being there? So these are things which we can become more and more aware of, who we are, and always Swami says that, always affirm, always proclaim, I am God, I am God, I am God. The more you say you are God, the more you are manifesting the godly side of you, the divine side of you. At one time, Swami was even saying, you have to say, I'm not animal, I'm human. I'm not animal, I'm human. At that time, that's what we need to do. At that time, maybe, we need to convince ourselves that we are not animalistic. So we need that mantra. Now, Swami says, you're God, having a human experience. You're God, having a human experience. You're God, you're God, you're God. So when you keep affirming, you are telling yourself, the God self, to wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. So the more we tell ourselves, the more we wake up, the more we experience that we are really God, because we are everywhere. We are somewhat in every dimension, spreading godliness. It will happen, All this will be awakened. The more we say to ourselves, the more we experience. The more you experience, yeah, like it's beautiful what Brother Saha says, you believe and you see. You believe and you experience, not experience and believe. It doesn't work actually. That system does not work because you keep looking for that experience and you're trying to look for something you want to believe, but it seems like, it's so difficult. It's like chasing your own tail. You believe first you are God. And then the experience comes. Yeah, this is Swami is so advanced. And he said it so simply. It sounds like a kindergarten, but it's actually PhD. Love all, serve all. Sounds so simple. But that's the highest. That's the essence of the Vedas. Love all, serve all. Love all, serve all. Not half, all. So you have to 360 degrees. It's not a cone. It's not, So we need to eventually experience that, yeah. And these ascensions are very beautiful. That this portal, it is a portal, yeah. It is a portal, and tonight it's a 12-12, yeah? And this portal is literally just energy rising up. Okay, any comments, questions, sharings?
In this context, I am remembering Satya Sai saying this, like, I am above you, I am below you, I am with you. I usually didn't understand that previously. What is being above? What is being below? What is being around us? How can he be? He is in Puttaparthi. How can he be with us? So what he is saying is in every person.
Did we lose you there, or it's me? Anyone else can hear?
No, we can't hear. We lost her.
Okay. We lost you, Rama.
So, what I feel.
Okay. Yeah.
If we feel that, then that is.
Yes, Brother Saha, you have something to share?
Yes, I want to add something to everyone. I rushed through a lot, but I have to share another part with it because I know not everybody has access to those books and read. I'm sharing with you what I've read, and Swami warns multiple times saying, you have no more time left. So this is why I urge people to just dive in for the experience without going to driving school. Straight away, get into the car and start to drive. Swami keeps on saying that you don't have the luxury of time anymore. He said, sad to tell you, there's no more time left. So that's why I push everyone to just get into the car and start driving because he's telling us, and there's a reason for it. Because part of this growth will come with other earth changes and so many other catastrophes, and we need to be in that right space in order to help ourselves and to help other beings. And if we are caught up in trying to figure out what's happening, we will miss the boat. So this is why I want to clarify, and also about why it is so important, because each time we change that, we, as Brother Julius said, we are changing all our aspects in all dimensions, and is helping the collective. So the very world we want to create, we are creating each time we take on that experience-based approach right away. So that's all I want to add to you. Bless you all.
Brother Saha, I
Yes.
remember you, I think a couple of days back, you said bring in the feminine energy, and guys don't feel shame to cry and things like that. Okay,
Yes.
I had one beautiful experience today, a simple experience. After
Okay.
our morning session with you on the meditation and all that, when I went into the Malaysia, Singapore, and Indonesia Zoom session at 9 o'clock, almost finishing time, in the Zoom, there was this picture of Narayanan Bhatt. I'd
Uh-huh.
been seeing it for the past couple of almost don't know how many weeks. But this time, the guy who came in with Narayanan Bhatt, when I saw the picture, I like almost had tears in my eyes. So I was wondering what is happening. Then I thought of you saying that the feminine energy, let it go, let it happen. So I just felt the tears coming down. So it was nice.
Beautiful, bro. We all actually men, we have a huge responsibility. We have to learn to cry. We have to learn to allow tears to come down because we've been told as kids, do not cry. Don't be like a girl. Don't be your mother's boy. Boys don't cry. So we need to unlearn that big time right now because the Divine Mother is going to make us cry. And it's all good for a good cause. So I'm so glad, bro, you had that experience. May all the men here have that experience.
Okay.
Brother Julius, I would like to share something to reiterate what Sister
Please.
Vatka and Brother Saha have said. There is a story of a Zen master, and he was approached by a spiritual seeker who said, I want to learn this from you. I want to know what enlightenment is. I've been trying and trying all these years. I've been reading so much. I have gained so much knowledge, and I have not reached there at all. And so at that time, the Zen master is eating his soup. And then the spiritual seeker keeps talking and talking, but the master is busy eating. And at some point, this guy is offended and he says, I've been talking, but you're just doing your thing. And so the master says, I'm drinking my soup. I'm drinking my soup, and I'm enjoying it. I'm staying with the moment, and he still doesn't get it. And then after he's done, so he serves him tea. He serves the spiritual seeker tea, and he keeps pouring the tea. And this seeker is saying, and the tea is pouring out of the cup. He's pouring it, and he's not stopping it. So he still doesn't get it. So he tells the master, can't you see the tea is overflowing? So the Zen master says, it's the same thing. You have come to me for knowledge, but your brain and mind is filled with all this information. Where is the room for you to gain the final knowledge? So I think it's the same way. And this is what I think both of them, Brother Saha and Sister Vlatka, reiterated. And I would want to say the same thing too. It's time not to just keep filling our brains. It's time to do. It's time to act inwards. And in other parlance, just say be. Just be, look inwards. Keep looking inwards, and you will get that experience. So I love, this is a story I love, and it helps understand what actually needs to be done, which is going inwards, not looking outwards to gain all the information.
Thank you, Sister Sandhya. That's beautiful. I've heard that. I've seen actually a cartoon of that, but you articulate the story with much more juice in it. But it's a great story, so true. And Swami actually kept on saying a few times, he said, I see a lot of information, but not enough transformation. So, so that's another way of Swami saying to us, hey, okay, I've given you all the tools, now start practicing. Thank you for sharing that story.
Just to just to add to Sahan's sessions of letting go. Once a rich man went to Buddha. He had a flower in his hand, and in the other hand he had a diamond. Buddha said, "Drop it." So he thought, the Buddha is asking him to drop the flower, so he drops. Then again he says, "Drop it." Then he drops the diamond as well. Then the third time Buddha says, "Drop it." Then he understands he has to drop everything of himself and and he's in the path of ascension.
Wow.
Beautiful. Okay, it's so crucial, yeah, this dropping, because this dropping itself, you are allowing yourself to go further. You know, it's just like a river, right? The river is flowing and we are holding on as much as possible. You know, the security is so beautiful, right? We can stay there. And then you saw another branch and you can go over that side. I think we have been doing this for quite a while. Now, brothers and sisters, let go. Just let go and flow. This is the time to let go. Just let go and flow, because there is so much, you see, our mind is so limited actually. If we think that this is security, the next stop you go in front, you'll be finding a lot more, more beautiful things to be secured about. And this can go on and on, right? Surrender and have faith, because the potential that all of you have and all of us have is tremendous. It's tremendous. We are not just limited to just this lifestyle. Really, this lifestyle is beautiful, is good, but wait till you see the next. So don't need to hang on too tight, okay? If it's going, it's going. It's fine, because most important thing is what we learn, right? What we learn from this lifestyle, we carry it to the next lifestyle. And then we learn something and we carry it to the next lifestyle. So surrendering is a key here. Surrendering and surrender and faith. And we are so lucky that we have a Lord to surrender to. We have someone whom we are convinced that we can surrender. There are many who are still struggling with this, still questioning. Can I trust him? You know, that kind of thing. So it's very difficult to progress far like this. Yeah. So we are very lucky to have this, and we should just do it. Just do it. Have faith. The faith itself will bring you tremendous discoveries, yeah, about who we really are. So, yeah. Okay, another thing I like to just talk about, because this word have been coming up here and there, and this is an important word which I think it's time for you all to know, and it's actually called monad. Okay. Monads are groups of souls, like a group of souls which live together. They stay in a dimension together for a long time. In one dimension, it's called a monad. And we have multiple monads. Only that some monads we are more conscious of it. Some monads we are not, but we are linked. For some monads, you are not so conscious, but the moment you hear their name or you come into their space, you all of a sudden resonate. Oh, wow, I feel like I've been here. I feel like I know him. I feel like I know this place. So then you discover that there is another monad, and there are a few monads in the earth. There are monads off the earth. There are monads in the unmanifested right? So Monet is a very useful knowledge, useful information, as Sister Sandhya was mentioning also yesterday, because I've seen a bit of a rundown on what she's been, and I saw that Monet, right, and you know, this information is important. It has come into our space now, yeah, Monet. And Monet, why does it have to come so late? Why doesn't it come earlier? Well, Monets are very powerful. Okay, if we are not ready, if we are not really clear on where we want to go, what's our spiritual goal is, and we bump into one of our monads, the chances of it, you resonating to the monad and monad resonating to you, and both of you get stuck together is very high. Okay. We are very grateful that tonight this solar flash, there's a solar flash happening, and the solar flash itself has 12 rays, and that itself, it's a beautiful monad. It's a cosmic monad. It's almost like the center of the universe kind of monad, right? So, and I think this is the right time for us to be aware of this, that we do have a very divine, sacred, bright, cosmic monad, which all of us can connect to, can draw grace, love, energy, wisdom, light from. These are something which is available for all of us now, and which Swami is guiding us to receive. It's so incredible because this entire process is just get unfold day by day without even for any of us to read about it. Yeah? It's experience first, and later confirmation by articles, people talking about it. Yeah, it's always the other way around for us. It's so beautiful. Believe that Swami is with us and Swami is guiding us and gives us the experience, and somehow the experience comes to back it up. Yeah? And the confirmation from all sides. Yeah? There are so many articles now in support of what's happening right now. So we are all in a position to kind of receive. Yeah. Okay. Now this receiving, where do you receive it actually? Do you have to go somewhere to receive it? It seems like so. It seems like you need to take a spacecraft to go to one direction. Yeah. Well, this is the trick of it. Is a bit of you need to know the art of this. It's actually a resonance. Yeah, you tune in to the sacred resonance inside you, the universal self, your universal self. You need to tune into it, and the more you tune into it, your universal self, somehow the external passage to that same resonance which is happening in the universe right now, it's connected. It's like a phone wire. It's like a, you know, it's like a 10G maybe. Okay, where your transmitter now connect to your cosmic self. Now where is it happening? Is it happening outside you or inside you? Both is happening. It's happening outside and also inside you. And And we need to activate or initiate or allow this to happen inside in order for us to receive from outside. Yeah. So now this is happening. Yeah, this is happening in a big way. We just need to connect to the universal self inside and external universal self manifest. Okay. Yeah. So when you manifest, that's the biggest confusion. If you have watched Little Buddha, Keanu Reeves will be sitting there and meditating, and the first stage is where the army comes and shoot the arrows, and when he comes near and he's just still watching, it becomes snowflakes. The second round, he meditates and he saw himself coming up. So who is him? Is that him? Or this is him? We will go through all these kind of stages. Yeah, it will become a kind of you don't know which one is first. Yeah, this is a resonance inside. So your resonance inside is crucial. It is inward journey. It is an inward journey where you discover yourself. So, we do have prayers happening tonight. The eclipse is actually happening starting at 11:15 Indian time. So we are going to start guided meditation. There will be a briefing at 11 o'clock India time in the 24 hours Global Akanda Rudra Parayana station. So the guided meditation will start at 11:11 p.m. and the eclipse will start at 11:15, and the meditation continues through the Parayana. The Parayana starts at 11:30. So there will be simultaneously two things happening. One is the Rudram chanting is happening, and then there is the feminine energy which is coming in to connect more on the Shakti side of themselves and to allow the feminine, divine feminine to flow through them to the rest of the world. This is also happening. And at the same time, there is this great solar flash. There's a group of us which we will be somewhat guided to receive this light and to spread it on to the rest of the world. There's a lot of light work. Again, it's called light work. You use vision to envelop, spread the love and light around the world. And this is very much needed now because a lot of riots, a lot of chaos, fights are actually largely due to lack of light. Because if there's enough light, a lot of things will not happen because you can see who they are, who you're fighting with. You're fighting yourself actually. Yeah, when we are so angry with someone, and all of a sudden the light comes in, you could actually see yourself. Yeah, so this is the power of light. Light can spread all around and help people calm down and not be fearful. Yeah, fear is largely due to lack of light. Yeah, Swami have said it so beautifully. He has said it many times. Yeah, a rope, when it's in the dark, it looks like a snake. So you're afraid, you see a snake and you panic. But when the light comes in, you know it's a rope, you don't panic anymore. So in the same way, this is the time where we can utilize all the prayers and the positioning of the eclipse to benefit as many people as possible and give light to the whole world through us. Yeah. Any sharing? comments?
And also there is another channel where Akanda Rama Japam is going on. And somehow I'm seeing that the Rama words also in light, protecting all around the world.
Yes. Yes, there's a Kanda Rama Japam. It means continuously Rama, 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 Rama for 24 hours. Just started by Kupusami sir.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, any last sharing? We have 10 minutes more. So you all ready for tonight?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
It's light, so more yes.
Guys, make sure you all drink lots of water all the time. Make it a conscious habit. So important. Swami has said that repeatedly, to keep on drinking good fresh water throughout the day.
Yes.
I mean, not just today. I mean every day. This is not just for the eclipse, but every day.
Yes, while I drink water, it is feeling free. So more water we have to take daily.
Yes, you need that to even out the energy throughout your body. It plays a big role. It's a different topic. We could energize the water too as we drink. I'll share that in another talk. But it's important that we all drink a lot of water. Even if you're not, don't wait till you're thirsty. Just keep on replenishing yourself.
Okay.
And one more thing I wanna share with you all during this time period. Sister Vladka said this towards the end of the speech. She said everything is happening so fast. You manifest. It's so true. So one of the things that if you get a prompting, okay, to call somebody or to share with someone, honor that right away. Don't worry about thinking what they will think or whether it's okay. Just honor that calling right away, and you'll be surprised with the magic that's going to unfold. So as soon as you get those, right away attend to that. That's one way of understanding how fast things work and the power of manifestation. And you are called to do that during that time. So if you get the prompting, go for it right away.
Yes, and you go faster and faster when you do that. The mind no longer comes to hold it back with some emotions and doubt, judgment. Yeah, these are the things which holds back the flow.
Yes.
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 So no judgment, no conditioning. Just trust. Yeah, trust yourself. Trust your promptings, your inner promptings, your intuition, your guidance. Because the last time this happened, it was so fast that and so many things happen in so many dimensions. Yeah, you will get to experience it yourself. This is the time to dive in.
Yes.
Okay, just to give you all more encouragement, yeah, there's also, I would like to share with you what happened in the US. In the US, there is a lot, there seems to be some shakeup in terms of earthquake also, and these earthquakes are also good because there is time for certain energies to be released, and there are a lot of divine energies actually, yeah, that has been kind of held back because of the invasion that happened long time ago, and you know, this kept as the sacred feminine, the divine feminine energy was somehow kept sacred in the ground. So now it's coming out. Okay, so when it's coming out, it's available for all those who are ready to receive. and this would trigger a lot of divine feminine energy also across the world. You just need to recognize it. You just need to know that it's there, and you just need to, yeah, same way, how we connect to the solar flares for the ladies. If you connect to the feminine energy within you, the divine feminine, you would actually discover the resonance outside also, and you start seeing it more, and you feeling it more. So there's this group which was formed lately that has some videos inside, and also some guidelines on how we can connect to the divine feminine. Do it tonight. Yeah, tonight is so much easier once you connect, and immediately you get amplified, right? And that amplification will connect to a lot of others who are also doing the same, amplifying the same divine energy, and it spreads like that. So it's very, it can become a very, very beautiful unfoldment. Okay. All right. If all is okay, we will end the session now to prepare for tonight. Yeah, drink lots of water, as it says, and also if you can connect to nature, just if you have grass in front of your house, walk with a barefoot. Yeah, this is the time. This is a good way to ground. Sister Vladka has told about this, where you can actually connect to the nature before you ascend. Yeah, so in case you, some people who are so connected to the great solar flash might fly up high. So when you come back down, it becomes a hard landing, right? So we need to have our blessings from Divine Mother, so that, you know, when you come back, it's not a hard landing. Yeah. So connect to Divine Mother. If you have a tree, you go and hug a tree and seek her blessings for all of this. Sister Vladka, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Tell me.
Yes. So I was sharing about your grounding process. Do you have anything else to share in this?
No, it's just be aware when we when we go very, very high. So our body, we are very sensitive. So we need to be aware also harder energies which can, like, you know, hit us from every side, and we can be more sensitive. So we need to be very gentle to ourselves, like give us a space to be in quiet, go somewhere in some walk or something. Don't give yourself that you go in some situations where you will not be support, or you know you will be judged, or something else. Just that this is like nature is the best thing, or some privacy that you have for yourself to integrate and to feel completely everything. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Thank you. Brother Sahab, anything else?
No, bro. Just wishing everyone super fast ascension. Every day is a quantum leap.
Wow.
Bless you all.
Same to all.
All right. Thank you so much for attending this session together, and let's rock.
Let's rock. Yes.
Thank you, Sairam. Thank you, all.
Sairam.
Sairam.
Thank you, Sairam.
Thank you, Sairam.
Thank you, Sairam.
Thank you, Sairam.
Sairam, thank you. Asked whether the link for tonight's meditation, it'll be sent via Quantum Ascension Pad, right?
Yes, if you send the same link, the 24-hour link.
Right.
Thank you, Sairam.
Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah.
Okay, thank you for starting this, Julius.
Tiếng chuông điện diệu May the sound of this bell penetrate deep into the cosmos. Even in the darkest spots, living beings are able to hear it clearly, so that all suffering in them cease, understanding come to their heart, and they transcend the path of sorrow and death. Nguyện người nghe từng thức vượt thoát đau buồn. The universal Dharma door is already open. The sound of the rising tide is heard clearly. The miracle happens. A beautiful child appears in the heart of a lotus flower. One single drop of this compassionate water is enough to bring back the refreshing spring to our mountains and rivers. Nghe chuông phiền não tan mây khói, lặng thân an nguyện mỉm cười. Hơi thở muôn chuông về chân mượn tâm hoa tươi. Listening to the bell, I feel the afflictions in me begin to be solved. My mind calm, my body relaxed. A smile is born on my lips. Following the sound of the bell, my breath brings me back to the safe island of mindfulness. In the garden of my heart, the flowers of peace bloom beautifully. Phổ môn vọng tiếng tiểu dương đã xuất hiện giữa lòng
mọi miền sông, phổ môn vọng tiếng điệu dưng bé thơ xuất hiện giữa lòng sen. Đổ một giọt rưỡi lên xuân về trên khắp mọi miền núi sông.
Sairam sister.